Hey guys, Freddy here. Welcome back to the desktop for another retro RPG. And this time I would like to present this, Interface Volume 1, Issue 4. Now I've covered the first 3 issues of this before, a long time ago, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing it in this retro format without the introduction. I just thought I'd go back to it and keep in the same format. Now, Interface Magazine is a magazine for Cyberpunk and Cyberpunk 2020, and is semi-official because it is released from Talsorian Games and Prometheus Press. Now, Volume 1 came out across 1991, so this is the 4th issue, so it was the final quarter of the year. And Volume 2 only had 2 issues, which came out in 1992, which I guess was the first half of the year, before the magazine got discontinued. There was only 6 issues in total, and I actually have all 6, which I'm kind of glad of. I like to have a complete collection. But I love these little magazines. Because they're semi-official, they included so much stuff which later went on to appear in Chromebooks, and so many good ideas. So let's have a look at the back cover first of all. Being a nomad is tough. Just because I don't have any place I call home doesn't mean you can take advantage of me. Not by a long shot. I got a family, a big family. We take care of our own. Now get out of the way, you're blocking traffic. In this issue, a short look at nomads in 2020, including the Wild Pack, Freight Mavericks, and Ag Packs. The right to bear arms, how to manage weapons and armor in Cyberpunk, or Amour in Cyberpunk. Maybe it's getting all romantic. Nah, they've just misspelled armor. Dragons and Dragonslayers, AIs and Rogue Hunter profiles. Corporation profile, Conag and AgriCorp Colossus. Alternate and subordinate character classes. And reviews of Moon 44, Trancers 2, Bladerunner the Director's Cut. Bringing light to the dark future. Licensed from the Talsorian Games. And it's just a little magazine with a number of different things covered in it. So we've got a table of contents here, and we're straight into some new cyberware and new tech. Spiked cyberlimb cover, Corvette cyberlegs used for running faster, a flashlight implant, double jointed cyberlimb option, which actually just looks a bit malformed, LifeScan body monitor, just some interesting little bits of cyberware. And then we're on to what covers the bulk of the magazine, or the most interesting part to me. The nomad tribes in Cyberpunk are the Mad Max type people who drive cars around the wastelands. And it's a semi-interesting idea, but I really like the way this takes them into agricultural packs. They become nomadic workers. The agricorps, which feed everyone, need workers at certain times of year when the crops are coming in. So the nomad tribes drive around America and work for those. I really like the idea that it's taking the nomads from Mad Max raiders into just migrant workers. It seems so much more realistic to me. We've got a bunch of stuff in the sidebars here. Interceptor motorcycles, guard vehicles, trailers, diesel tractors. While the body sort of explains stuff about the gangs. The Wild Packs. What else we got here? Different types of weapons on the hard points. The Freight Mavericks, Mavericks and Cowboys, old names for the new truckers of the late 1990s and early 2000s, made their living driving the super trucks of the era. So, nomads who are basically truckers. And then we've got Conag, a large agriculture corporation which hire the nomads which were mentioned before. As these issues often did, they cover a subject from multiple angles. So we're getting the nomads, but we're also getting the corporation, which are the reason why those nomad tribes exist. Night City Blues, a nice fictional story set in Night City. And Bear Arms, an Article 2, a well-regulated measure being necessary to the security of a free state, the right to people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And it talks about weapons. The corner's a little crumpled there. But it talks about deadly force authorized, personal defense weapons, non-lethal range weapons, sport weapons. Just talking through the ability that characters have to carry and use weapons. And Here Be Dragons, a section on various rogue AIs, The first one is dedicated to Gene Roddenberry here. It basically, instead of being a person, it's basically a starship AI which flies around cyberspace, beaming down away teams and taking part, interacting that way, as if it was a starship rather than just a single person. Lone Star, another AI. The AI Conspiracy, we've got various hooks here as well to use Lone Star in your campaign. Nice piece of artwork. The artwork is fairly nice. It's not as good as the Cyberpunk books, but it's pretty decent. Various Q&As about cyberspace and AIs, how they interact. We've got Vigilante, here's another AI. And then other friendly artificial intelligence, Oracle, Illuminati. And that leads on through to the Dragonslayers. Now, various people, hunters. Basically mercenaries used for catching, killing things. With their personalities, equipment, cyberspace, so these hunt down AIs. Subordinate and alternate character classes. Very interesting idea, fleshing out the world of Cyberpunk, where you don't just have to be a solo or a hacker or whatever. You can be a pirate or a work ganger, high riders, private investigators, government officials, Poser Street Punk, Chroma Street Punk, Booster Street Punk, Dorfer Street Punk, Zuma Street Punk, whether you're taking drugs or using chrome or whatever to enhance yourself on the streets. And then we got onto the section about movies and things here. Review section. Class of 1999. I seem to remember that was a kind of cheap Terminator-ish ripoff. A school with out-of-control kids brings in military cyborgs as teachers to control it, and they go rogue. So the kids have to fight basically Terminators. Trancers 2. Oh yeah, that had Jack Death, who was the hero who travels in time. Again, a bit of a Terminator ripoff. We've got a review of the Bladerunner Director's Cut. Moon 44, a film I didn't see until very recently. A mining colony on the moon using attack helicopters to defend itself, and prisoners are brought in to defend it. They can get freedom if they fight for it. Has Malcolm McDowell in it, as many dodgy films of the era did have. Malcolm McDowell, brilliant actor, but he really did stuff just to pay the bills, didn't he? We've got uplinks, so the readers' letters and answers section, and a section explaining the situation. You know, how they're doing. They're bringing out the Unspeakable Oath, Cthulhu fanzine. Then we're on to readers' poll. You know, what did you think of various sections in it? What games do you play? A very quick review here of Highlander 2: The Quickening. Hardware award for the worst Cyberpunk movie since Hardware. And I missed that one. And then we've got interface rate card. Having worked for a magazine, I know lots about rate cards. This is how much you can expect to pay for advertising within it. Interface covers aspects of Cyberpunk roleplay. We place emphasis on Cyberpunk 2020. We also cover crossovers with Mekton 2 and Road Striker 2. Mekton 2 I remember, but I don't remember Road Striker 2. And finally, we've got a subscription form for Interface itself. And that's it. It's just a little magazine. It's fun. It's quite nice. I really like the fact that I have these. I'm saddened that there were only 6, but I'm glad I've got all of them. Anyway, I think I've whittled on for quite long enough as usual. So thank you very, very much for watching. But as always, most of all, you look after yourselves. And I'll catch you later. Bye now.